Should be good. I'm gonna watch it for a little bit though. That's good. Oh, you waiting on that? Okay.
Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakadash.
Give honor to the elder apostles, great millstone, who were well, and salutation, much love to the Akim out there, preaching out his word in truth and sincerity. Brothers from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. And, we're just going to go in the spirit. But I got this website, we're going to go through it. And then the brothers just pull out precepts. I read through this earlier, and there's plenty of precepts that back this up. But this is a site called MyPatriotSupply.com. It's like one of them doomsday websites. You can buy all kind of shit on here, but they have articles too. And this one's entitled 10 Signs You're Living in a Collapsing Society. So, I mean, he's definitely talking about America currently. And this was from last year in August. But I'll start here. It says, throughout history, mighty civilizations have risen and fallen. The collapse wasn't sudden, but a gradual process driven by internal decay. Let me just read this and then I'll jump to number one. It says, a great civilization is not conquered from without until it has destroyed itself within. That's what you see happening in America. It's falling apart, it's divided. Brother, when the guy had a kingdom divided, should not stand. Because you got all the charades. Even people that voted for Trump, they're starting to regret it, complaining and crying online. It says, the essential causes of Rome's decline lay in her people, her morals, her class struggle, her failing trade, her bureaucratic despotism, her her stifling taxes, her consuming wars. And that's literally what's happening in Rome 2.0. But go ahead, whoever got that, and I'll go to number one, sign.
You got it? Yeah, I got it. This is Matthew's 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
Yep. So this kingdom already divided clearly, and not even just America, but even Esau in general. But chiefly America, because the whore that rideth upon the beast, that's clearly divided. So like they compared this place, or they mentioned Rome's decline, and they said that the morals, the people, the failing trade, the consuming wars, all these things were taking place back then. They're happening again, but in even a bigger way. But here's number one. The number one sign it says economic decline. Economic instability weakens societies and sets the ball rolling toward economic and eventually societal collapse. The economic collapse of the Roman Empire was due to overspending, inflation, and reliance on slave labor. There you go, man. That's the same shit that's happening again, man. The American economy's collapsing, the inflation. You got eggs at fucking $10 a carton. That among other things, you got the tariffs, the taxes, all the things that is literally destroying the American economy. While people just, still, living in delusion. And they're literally falling right in front of these people's faces. Let's see, it says their issues weaken the state's ability to defend itself. Okay, so go ahead and get precepts for that one. Number one, economic decline. Well, a thick clay, that thick clay, that debt that America's in.
I got a quick word going to the word implosion, right? Because this is what we see right now with the American economy, right? There's an actual implosion that's happening within this country, right? So just the word implosion, a meaning, it says an instance of something collapsing violently inward. Okay, so everything that's happening within America, all right, from inside, okay, it's actually imploding, right? As the brother was going into the job sectors, all right, the different layoffs, okay, the different tariffs. All right, all these different things are all different signs of this place imploding, man. It's not even going to go much further.
Yeah. They also mentioned overspending. Well, why do you think Trump supposedly, which we know is all set up anyway, but he put up Elon Musk as Doge, the Department of Government Efficiencies, so they can supposedly make all them cuts. That's why they're firing people, saving money here, saving money there, because there was overspending, and it ain't gonna stop. Here is this nigga Donald Trump wasting your tax money going around the Daytona 500, wasting gas, and then you pay for it. So they're talking about overspending shit. Well, and then all the billions of dollars they sent to other nations. You know, so chiefly, you know, the small hatters in Ukraine. Just over the last couple of years, how much billions, if not trillions, at this point have they sent? Meanwhile, you get a measly $700 and your house burned down, or the hurricane came through and wiped, you know, send that shit flying away. You got $700.
A little bit left on that word implosion. All right, the second part says a sudden failure or collapse of an organization or system, and it says a global financial implosion. All right, and so we see, man, an actual implosion is happening. All right, you know, in the midst of us right now.
Somebody want to grab that about the thick clay? Yeah, that's what's taking place, man. You know, there is no. It don't matter how many trillions they save because Elon Monkey slashing all these people's jobs and whatnot. There is no saving America. You can't handle it. It's already too deep into the hole. The rope has been cut. You can't pull your way out into the hole.
Let me get a quick precept before whoever has that one. Ezekiel 28, and I'll start at verse 4. It says, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten the riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. And see, this is how America got the riches, built its economy up, was through the ways that they got, you know, these particular riches, in particular the gold and the silver, which they obtained the majority of the world's gold, you know, the nation's gold after World War I and World War II. Okay? And it says, and this is the point, verse 5, it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. So Esau got into the position that he's in now, specifically with regards to America, and they set that U.S. dollar as the standard around the world. So that dollar propped up the American economy because everyone in the world had to use it. So now that it's starting to crash down, people are using less of this of the dollar. It's losing its power that it once had. It's still the world's most powerful currency, but it's dwindling, and it's going to get to the point to where it's going to collapse, just as it did in Rome. Okay, because even back then, even though nations still had their own forms of you know, buying and selling, you know, their current through their national currencies, Rome was still the most go-to money that people would use.
The currency changers,
you know? Right? Exactly. The money changers. You would get your most. You could buy the most things with the Roman. I believe they call it the denari. The denari. You know, more people accepted that. It's like going to different countries and using Visa or MasterCard. You know, or the U.S. dollar. You know,
and even at today, they pretty much call it staying. At the airports, they call it. You got like a little station that say exchange, and money exchange or whatever.
Yeah, but real quick, because what I wanted to make a point on this is going into this traffic, you know, which is the trade. And one thing that Esau has taught the people here in America is that the more money that you have, that you borrow, okay, through your credit, okay, and you know, you can use that to leverage to buy other things. That's what they teach people, especially now with these, you know, you got these fresh and fit guys, you know, where they're teaching you know, men to go out and to lend money to buy stuff to get, you know, to become richer, so to say. So that's how they've done with America. But now it's starting to backfire on them. They've gotten riches through their understanding and their wisdom of how to use debt to become powerful. Because that's how the Rothschilds got rich. You know,
that's how the rich stay richer. They don't use their money; they use the bank's money.
I got a precept to back you up real quick. This is Proverbs 22:7. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender."
And you see through the Rothschilds, and you got that. Through the Rothschilds, that's what they did. They made nations their borrowers. They weren't so preoccupied on the individual. They went towards lending to nations. That's because that's where they made their money. That's how they then were able to control the nations. Which is, I forget who it was that said that quote of, you know, I care not about the laws. Give me the control of the money.
Yeah,
you know.
Rothschild.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, their father. You know, because he understood that. That's through their wisdom and understanding. they understood how that currency, how to control people through debt. You know, so that's how they implemented it to the earth. But now, it's that ceiling has gotten too high. That riches has deceived thee. You know, Esau has gotten up on high so damn high. You know, off this pride that he's built off his riches, that he's just everything's just now failing. You know, and all this debt is too much. Okay, but you want to finish that precept, or you have something to say on that?
No, I just got a precept.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll read it one more time. Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Yep, it says, he that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, man. So basically, like the brother's going into, man, that's how this devil was able to basically enslave everyone by way of debt, which is he charged usury on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, you know, he already has a grip on the world by the way of his debt. So his only thing next to is now, all right, now basically connect you to that pending debt and basically to chip you, man. All right, so you take ownership of that debt that you now owe, and it's permanently on your ass, and he'll be able to control you, all right, through that system. But real quick, it's Proverbs 20:8. It says, "He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And according to the law, Deuteronomy 28:19, thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother. All right, so by usury, that's how he's able to interest. All right, modern term is interest. How he's able to, you know, to profit off that. You know?
And that's one of the things that Esau is having Elon come out with, is how much debt America has and how much it costs to you know, to keep a track with this debt. You know, to pay it off. You know, you got to have people in departments that pay back the Fed. You know, the Federal Reserve. So he's coming out and exposing all these things, and a lot of people are hearing it as if, oh well, they're doing a good thing, but the you know, there's nothing that can be done, man. You can close down shop on every corner of the government. It ain't gonna help it. That debt ain't gonna come drastically down. The rent is too damn high, man. The ceiling of Esau's debt, he's just been kicking that can down the road. It's gone up too high, man. So
it's not gonna closing them down. It's not gonna make the clock go backwards.
Making cuts isn't gonna do nothing. It's gonna make things worse, because now people are being laid off. People ain't gonna be going to go buy the normal things they're gonna do. So the economy's gonna slow down, and that's just gonna make things even worse. On top of everything else.
And that's why I said he claims to be doing the tariffs. So that they're gonna pay for it. Well, that was what happened with Rome, you know, which is a tariff is nothing more than a tax. So that's the same shit Rome was doing. And clearly that didn't work. But did y'all finish that?
Narco's still reading.
No, that was it on that. I'll just read it through Proverbs 28. He that by usury, unjust gain increaseth his substance. And that's how he's been able to increase and basically put everyone in debt, is by charging them interest.
I got for that right now.
Kind of real quick, let me finish it. It says, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. That's it.
Kind of sit back. Look, you just said the word too. That's the spirit. This is Psalms 15 verse 5 in the NLT. Those who lend money without charging interest, and who cannot be bribed to lie about the innocent, such people will stand firm forever. So that's why this man's kingdom is not standing firm, because it was not built off of trust, loyalty, keeping of promises. All right, he's a truce breaker, you know, a covenant breaker. All right, and his loyalty is he don't have loyalty, man. Scripture say, to whom will he do good to? So he don't do good to the people of the poor in his country, man.
Yeah. And real quick, because Esau, you know, instead of, you know, lending people money and then not charging them from usury, Esau entangled you. So maybe he might have gave you a break and let you, you know, just make a payment with no interest, so to say, paying back without interest. But then he ensnared you. And that's the thing, that you get caught in that revolving door of the debt, because now you're paying that back, and then you have to take out another loan because now you're short on this. Right. So that it's just and that's how he gets you trapped in, and that's what's happened through all the world, you know, with all nations. Because you see it with Jake. You know, Jake gets stuck in that rut of borrowing money, and then when those payments come, you got to make the payment, but then you got to take out a loan again on it to keep, to keep up with your everyday life.
Make you a debt slave.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need change anymore. Unless you do, even according to their own constitution, the only time they put chains on you is you go to jail. Then it's legal for you to be a slave. But you're already a slave to the debt.
Now you're gonna have to go back to work, go work for Esau to make the money to pay back that loan.
Because even let's say you don't get a loan, you still in debt. That's why they take taxes out of your shit.
Yeah.
And you were born into debt, so you're still paying it. They're gonna automatically take it from your check, and they know that's unconstitutional. That's why Trump, when he was running for president in 2016, he said, "I don't pay taxes." Shit, I used the same loopholes you're endorsing to.
Yep, I got a quick one for you. This is Ezekiel 28:5. By thy great wisdom and by thy tariff has thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Yeah, so that's Esau's system, and we're seeing that being executed right now. All right, through Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which was running his kingdom, Babylon the Great. All right, is Nero Trump. All right, and he has been putting these tariffs on these other countries, which is going to backfire on him and it's going to backfire on you everyday Americans, man. All right, because the taxes of the food is going to go up, man.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. But that's all because Esau's trying to increase his riches. He's literally setting up the system because of what? He wants total control, man.
Yeah, really what they're doing is liquidation sale. Because they've already made the money they needed. Now they just want you to sell your soul and to crash America. That's the number one sign was the economic decline. What the brothers are talking about, riches gotten by the sea, all the things that this devil had done. That was when he was on the economic incline. But now he's reached his peak. Now he's going like the stock market, right? Now it's going downhill. What do they call it? A bull or bear? The whole global economy is on a bearish market. Like William said earlier, it's still the world power, the dollar, but that shit is done. And the British nation ain't gonna change nothing. They're gonna lead you to the mark of the beast too.
Right.
But they're all in cahoots at the end of the day.
I got one quick little data here. This is the interest on the debt that America owes. This is just the interest they owe. Almost $1.5 trillion in just interest. The total debt right now, as they show here, is 36 trillion. So they owe that back to the Rothschilds, the Feds. But they also owe almost 1.5 trillion. So that shit's never gonna get paid, bro. There ain't no. It's just this. What's gonna happen is the thing has got to get crashed. It's got to get liquidated to restart over. Because that's what you do when you owe debt that you can't pay. You file for bankruptcy.
Trump done it plenty of times. That's why they put him as the president of the company. And that's what it is. Yeah, exactly. It's a corporation. Because he done it plenty of times. But
I got you.
what you got? Okay, Kanye. And then we'll go to the point number 2.
Yeah, I start at verse 5. Habakkuk 2:5. It says, "Yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, need to keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell."
You see that now? He's talking about making a resort in Gaza. That's just what's on the news now. But clearly, he's never kept that home. Got embassies everywhere.
Yep. Who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Should not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Let me read. Let me just read that in the NLT. Habakkuk 2:6. It says, "But soon their captives will taunt them; they will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve."
That's how the nations are looking at America. Right. Yeah, you gonna get. Yeah, they're clapping. They seen this shit on American, or the news, how America's falling in shambles and the presidential candidates on. Motherfuckers are rejoicing. Putin over there doing backflips with with this clown in office now. Yep. These nations can't wait to see America fall.
It says, "Now you will get what you deserve. You've become rich by exhortation or extortion. But how much longer can this go on?" I'll read verse 7 too in the NLT. that say suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have, while you stand trembling and helpless. That's what this is the time that we're getting ready to come in, because the nations are saying, "What has thou become as weak as we are?" You know, now you're starting to go through these economic woes. And you over here struggling, your people are revolting, just like it's been happening in these other countries. That's why through the Spirit and Power and help by Shimon Shai, from the apostles on down, we've been saying this for years, that what's happening in all around the world is going to eventually come here to America. And y'all are getting ready to witness it. And some of y'all are already feeling it, man.
Crying on TikTok.
Yep.
So what's next? So and the economy's going to get a whole lot worse. Well, like it said economic instability weakens societies and sets the ball rolling toward economic and eventually societal collapse, which the rest of the points is going to pretty much what we're seeing. But go ahead.
Because now the country's got to raise their taxes, you know, on the common people. You know, like going back to that movie, the Rothschild movie, they found both sides of the war. So now you got like the
House
top.
of Rothschild.
What's that?
It was called the House of Rothschild.
The House of Rothschild. Yeah. So pretty much he's funding the government of these nations. France, he funded Napoleon, then he funded Britain, right? So now the whole country owes him, but what? You still got to pay him, so they got to get the money from somebody, so they take it up from their people, the common people, you know?
The sheep,
Exactly.
you know, a shepherd, or he benefits from the sheep. The wool, he shaves it off, and you know what I'm saying? Or either he eat them or whatever, you know. But like you said, you got to get all that from the flock now, and you basically tread it. And the script say muzzle not the ox that treads the corn. So you muzzling the ox, you charging them usury. Right. So what now? What's happening now? You see a revolt taking place. People are pissed the fuck off because you're not taking care of the flock.
Exactly.
The people that keeps this place running, the consumers, that's the flock. Man. You once again, treading the ox, man. You charging them usury. You know, you giving them low quality hay and grass to eat. You know, poisoning them. You fucking the people up, man.
Yeah,
destroying the flock.
Unrighteous ruler, because you made a back no deal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now you got to collect from your people, bro.
And your people are fucked.
Yes.
They tired of working. They like you squeezing them.
Yeah.
They getting up, working the fields, and you taking majority of their wages.
Right, that's right.
So it's over with, bro.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, the people mourn when the wicked bear rule, but the righteous rejoice. You know, when the people rejoice when the righteous is in authority. I got a quick precept, Sirach 10:8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You got it.
Gone. Yeah. So once again, what did it say? Every hand of the labor, basically shall be upon you. You know. So that's what you have, and that's what you see. Basically the morale of the people right now. You suck them dry through taxings, usury, and then here it is. Now you're trying to squeeze more out of them, and now people are getting laid off. And the point is, you put yourself in a position to where you have to tax them more, but they can't afford for you to tax them more. So you're looking at a system that's getting ready to implode on itself, man. You know.
So we'll go to the second point now, because again, like I said about the economy, is going to lead to societal collapse. Point number two, or sign number two, that an empire is falling or society is falling, it says political corruption and instability. So, come on, this whole last two presidencies has been about political corruption. Your presidents went to court, got mugshot. So you know this person's a thief. Oh, where that money actually go to? Did it go to the condoms for Hamas, or did it not go? You know, it's all bullshit. So there's political corruption and instability. Says it is hard for a civilization to survive years upon years of political instability. Just take a look at the fall of the Roman Empire, which marked by political corruption, power struggles, and the eventual rise of dictatorial rule. And that's what's happening right now. It says when citizens lose trust in their governments due to corruption, it is hard to respect, let alone obey their laws. So what's that? Sedition, the revolt.
Yep, I got a precept to back it up real quick.
Well, so like, let me just finish this one. It says, hence, a vicious cycle of upheaval is born, and that's what we're seeing.
Yep. Real quick, this is second Ezra's 15 in the GMT, not the GTD. It says the world and the people, it says, are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against another. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government.
That's that political instability and political corruption. Oh, the voting was rigged. It's all kind of shit, you know, that the whole world is looking at it. But here it is, they're the chief ambassadors of democracy, and they can't even get democracy right. So what is it called? It's causing citizens to lose trust in the government.
Yep. Especially with that double-sided tongue of a serpent. You know, here it is. You done voted for Trump. He told you that he wasn't with the CBDC.
Sold your dream.
Yeah, he sold you that dream, that Martin Luther King. Okay, and next thing you know, he led your ass into a burning house, man. Now everything that he said he wasn't going to do is what he's doing. Okay, and that's what's going to rile the people, because now they're going to realize that. They're going to realize, like, oh, you fucked us over. And what you think these Proud Boys and all these different local civilians that are really going to feel it? Because what's going to happen when we're talking about a famine? How do you think people are going to respond to that? You know, when these tariffs that Trump is putting on China, it really affects the whole economy. You know?
Yeah, and Jake can't deal with it. Jake see his prices going up every year for the rent.
Right.
All right, so you see how it goes.
And he ain't getting a raise.
And he ain't getting no bro. That's what Jake mentioned in the meetings. Can we get, you know what we hear? He talking about, do you know what we hear? They said, to get a raise. Like, bro, no, bro, we're not getting no raise, bro. Shit is going down. Everyone is falling, bro.
Right.
I got some after too.
Yeah, we would have healed if she could be healed. See, that's what they fail to realize, that Trump is not coming to save the day. He's coming to usher in a new system. This is why you have Elon Musk in his corner, which is representing that digital system that they're implementing. Okay?
I was watching some shit on him earlier today, which I had brought it out years ago. I forgot about it though. That this nigga he invented PayPal, and it was originally called X, and now of course he named Twitter. He bought Twitter and named it X, but it was originally X. It was pretty much the first online payment system, or mobile banking, online banking. It was the first, because he was doing this in like '95, and I think X came out like '98 or '99, but they changed it to PayPal. But so really, he was the one of the fathers of online banking. So of course here he comes back and he got X again, and now he's pushing towards the digital currencies.
Well, that makes sense why I called X too, because on those treasure maps, X marks the spot. How much money it is.
But yeah, you can look that up. These motherfuckers, nigga that created PayPal, and the PayPal's still around, shit. But yeah, he was one of the first ones to make online banking. You know, he said I remember in the documentary. It was in 1995. The documentary, nigga was had just bought a $1 million car. You know, they're asking the questions. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna change how the banking works. I'm gonna change how the ATM works. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna do it. I downloaded the video, the clip of it.
The whole time he's being groomed for this exact moment we're living in now.
Just like Trump. They both had ties into the elites, man. But did you have more on that?
I got some real quick.
We're still on political corruption and instability.
This loop.
And it's like all these signs, they all tie together. Again, these are the signs of you're living in a collapsing society. So and guess what? We got the scriptures to back it up. Because not one scripture is mentioned in this article, but we gonna prove it to you biblically, and use your article to prove it. Because this is a patriot website. You know, gun-toting Edomites come on here. Fuck man, gotta go buy more bullets.
Right.
But that ain't gonna save you.
And that's a lot. That's one thing about You got the right wing and the left wingers. Like one thing about these Bible Belt, these Christians, they know what the mark of the beast is, man. They know what it is. That's the funny shit. We don't know what the hell is wrong with you Jakes, but they clearly see what the hell is going on. This is why they talk about here we got to get more guns and bullets. They scratching their head, you know.
They board up my windows, solar panels.
They see it, man.
Yeah.
They got to think these are same spirits back reincarnated, man.
Well, it's because it's gonna mention it, because again, it's the same shit that happened in Rome, and we're gonna get to one point that's really gonna drive the point home about the Israelites. Yeah, more on that.
Yeah, this is Luke 2:1. It says, and it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city.
Yeah, so people had to do. Now we gotta go travel to where we're from, or our ancestors are from. You know, where your family names from, because you know even at that time they still had, oh yeah, I'm son of, you know, I'm from this line.
Yeah.
You know, so because you had land, your family had land and whatnot, so they had to go back to, you know, and register just like you do
like
now, the census,
yeah.
You know, how many people in your family? Okay, check. And then where's your money at? Nigga? You got 5 kids, that's 5 shekels. Where they at?
How many people in the family, like registration, how much land you got, what's your occupation, so on and so forth. We go into the blue letter for that word tax, it says, so that way they could see how much they had to levy on them. How much, you know, okay, when you make that much, well, we're going to charge you such and such. But now the system is set up where they got your phone. They know everything you do. So now they know what to tax you on and how they want to
And they
come
tax
out.
you with everything because
Exactly.
they tax you land, property tax, your car tax, you know, registration, all that. That's just nothing more than a tax.
Mhm.
Then you got to renew, right?
Every year. That's
Everything is taxed. So it's the same shit, and it oppresses people.
Yep.
Taxation is nothing more than, again, going back to point number one, it's just causing the economic decline. And now Trump talking about he trying to get rid of the taxes. You know, they take out your check. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter whether you're gonna keep the money, whether you're gonna have to spend it with the grocery prices going up anyway. Shit. And ultimately, it's all leading to the chip, though. Go ahead,
Yep. Another quick one real quick. Acts 5:37. Jump straight to the point. It says, after this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing and drew away much people after him. He also perished in all.
Hey, boy, fuck, we ain't pay no taxes.
Exactly.
Yeah, they killed that nigga.
That's why you have a shot king when he said, render unto Caesar.
Yep.
What, this?
Or Caesar, yeah.
Get that shit back to him. Shit.
Finishing off, it says, in all, even as many as obeyed him were dispersed. But that's what we're about to see. We're about to start seeing people revolt, and people about to lose it, you know.
And like that video I was telling Quan about, you know, Jake, it was Jake on that spit, and I forgot what brother had uploaded it. He said, y'all waiting for the black people to go out there and throw the first stone. He's like, no, yeah, this is y'all fucking problem. You know, Jake been out there rioting and for equal rights and racism and all that shit. Now you crackers want to jump on it. You waiting for the nigga to go out there to start talking about taxes, and so you can hop on his motion, on his wave, and yeah, that's right. That's like, no, it's y'all shit, man.
Y'all wanted America great.
Well, at the same time, pointing the finger at us.
Exactly. That's the spirit. 'Cause that's the first thing they're gonna do. Once Esau come down with that sword, they gonna offer you a goddamn deal, and you gonna leave the niggas for dead.
Yep.
Oh yeah, nah, it was the niggas.
Sorry, Tom, I gotta go. Leave your ass behind, getting shot up by them troops. You were done on that, bro? I got something real quick, going into this point too. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's what these leaders have done. You know, look at what Trump's passing now, when he's signing into executive order. You know, things that are causing grievousness, man. Okay, upon you Americans. Okay, and again, this isn't just something that just now started in 2025. This has been going on for decades and years. Okay, that America, and again, this is that same system that was in place during Rome that was again doing the same thing. There were policies and decrees that were getting put out to bring about trouble to the people, which eventually led to people revolting. And one of the things that Rome was doing, that America has been doing for, you know, even more so, especially during 2019, 2020, was Rome was putting raising up the taxes on the people so that they can default on it. They couldn't pay those taxes, and they would buy up the land from them or take the land from them. And Rome did that a lot to the men that were in their military.
Yeah.
They did that a lot to them so that they can join the military, but we're gonna give you all these things, but we're gonna take your land, so that they could be the owners of the land.
And that's part of that political corruption. Because wait a minute, I thought the president was supposed to be the chief and commander in chief. Well, then now they cutting VA.
Right.
Those are veterans jobs, So now this nigga, he already had to wait 10 hours at the veterans hospital, and now ain't nobody gonna check him in because they firing niggas left and right. He got to sit on the phone for 3 days. Yeah, these people are through, man. And they fought wars. They gave their life up for the stars and stripes. And now look, about to be homeless.
I got a quick one on that.
These devils are done, bro.
Is I forget exactly where it's at. It's not popping up, but it talks about a man of things that the Most High hates, and one of them is a man of war that is wrong.
Suffer poverty. A man of war that
suffers poverty. There you go. That's how it's worded. Because again, man, this is the Most High has there's a reason why the Lord wants to destroy America completely, man. This place is just completely through. And to just the next verse on Isaiah chapter 10. Yeah, Bubba, can I bring it out real quick? Just to back the brother up on that point about the VA, and how that's unrighteous, man. A lot of you Americans don't understand that that is all out wicked, man. Here it is, these men that have been in these militaries that have gone and fought wars, and so to say sacrificed themselves for their country. Now they're being their only help that they could get is being taken from them.
Motherfucker got half a leg.
Yep. And Isaiah 10 is going to go into that as well, but I want the brother to get this real quick.
It's Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, 26 verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty.
There you go. That's the point. A man of war that suffereth poverty, man. A lot of these men that come into America, or that go into the American military, man, they do it for the benefits. And one of those benefits is the money they get from retirement and the VA money that they could get. Right. A lot of these military guys that have these big ass trucks and these nice houses is because they're able to afford it because they get money from the VA. 4,000 or 5,000. I know men that are getting $10,000 a month from just the VA. 9,000.
Yeah, they probably did like 20 something years in the military.
Yeah.
All that shit gonna be cut now.
Because I know a young Jake was only in the army for 4 years, getting $9,000 with the money that he was getting.
He probably got injured during war.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He got shot, but he was getting the money from the military, the retirement money that they give him from plus the VA. It came out to like $9,000. So really, he don't have to do. He don't even have to work if he don't want to.
So almost 100 grand.
Yep.
Yeah, 100 grand a year, shit.
Exactly. Yep.
And still gonna be broke.
Right, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Because now they're gonna suffer, man.
Yeah.
And that's wicked as hell. But hey, the Lord brought this judgment upon these people, man. The Lord let them follow after these lies. Okay, because y'all wanted to hear, especially you Israelites, man. Y'all wanted to hear smooth things. You wanted to be told lies and deceits. Well, you got the how's that saying go? They pulled one over on you, man, and they got you good. They put you in such a deep hole that you ain't gonna be able to get out. And they over here dangling the ladder on above you, man, playing with you. That was on that one.
I'm just reading through it. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepared such and one for the sword.
Yep, that's right, man. But going back to this Isaiah 10, verse 2 now, it says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to turn away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless, man. And again, Esau Edom has done that specifically to the Israelites, man, but it's trickled over to these other nations, man, that come here to America seeking for some form of, riches, because that's why everybody came here. Yeah.
That great city. Everybody thought it was an American dream. Turns out it was a Freddy Krueger nightmare.
Right. verse 3, it says, and what will you do in the day of visitation? And the day of visitation for America is going to be the day that all out chaos just explodes here. Okay? It's just people are going to be so fed up that people are going to take to the streets. These other nations are going to be invading. It's just going to be complete chaos. So this is that day of visitation that's coming. And in the desolation which shall come from afar. That's the World War III destruction. To whom will ye flee for help, and where will you leave your glory? You see, and no one's going to come to the help of America, man. One more precept, Brother Shaw. Sirach chapter 16 and verse 6. It says, in the congregation of the ungodly shall fire be kindled. And America has an enormous population of ungodly people. Okay? And it says, and in a rebellious nation, wrath is set on fire. So that's what the Lord is going to set here on fire here in America, man. It's going to be wrath in this rebellious nation, which I think Brother brought it out in the 2nd Ezra 15. Okay? That's what's getting ready to be set off out here, man. And again, bringing about this demise of America, the fall. That was it.
I got something real quick. 2nd Ezra 5, and just to back up a point that you was going into, people was getting ready to take you to the streets. You know, that day that the scriptures speak about never seen before, because the frustration is out of the roof, and the Lord is getting ready to start requiring actions, man. You know, and people just gonna start acting, you know, losing it, literally losing the grip. So this is 2nd Ezra 5 in the GMT. All right, 2nd Ezra 5 verse 1 and verse 2, and it reads, but these are the signs, and it says at the prelude, the signs of the end. But these are the signs, the time will come when all the people on earth will be in the grip of great confusion. The way of truth will be hidden, and no faith will be left in the land. Wickedness will increase until it has become worse than you have ever known it to be. All right, the countries that you now see ruling the world will lie in ruins. So to back the brother up, the grip of great confusion is coming, man. Babylon the Great, city of great what confused. So these people getting ready to find out that the one who they trusted in and voted in and all this bullshit, you look, man, you were snared into the trap, man. You see, you was drunken off of that Babylonian juice, which was a cup in the Lord's hand, man. See, and the Lord is just getting ready to do away with this place, man. And flip the script. All right, turn the page, and the nation of Israel, start off with the elect, is getting ready to win in the end of this thing, man. That's it.
We'll go to the next point now for sign number 3. Let's say social inequality, and class conflict. Another sign of collapsing society is a social inequality and class conflicts, such as the troubles that resulted from the increasing wealth gap and class struggles in pre-revolutionary France and Russia. Yeah, because a lot of these nations, Esau's nations, they had, which, you know, you got to go to the history of it, but they all had revolutions. And now that's what we're seeing now. The rich is getting richer and everybody else is getting poor. So it's making that wealth gap even bigger. It says, likewise, social stratification, which is pretty much categorizing everybody into classes. It says in Babylon and the rigid caste system in ancient India led to social unrest. The anger and social unrest led to revolutions, like we've been talking about, and the overthrowing of governments. So that's sedition. But we could go to the next one real quick, because that's, you know, pretty much the same thing that we brought out. But here's a good one. Number 4 says loss of civic pride and public morality. And here, because this is where it's going to tie it, really it spiritually ties into the Israelites, because who's been casting down the strongholds? You know, now everybody's talking about what we've been talking about. Everybody you see on the internet, you're just using points we've been said. Because when we the spirit party hop us on our side, we were the ones that pushed that spirit out. But it says Edward Gibbon, who wrote History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, claims that the loss of civic pride brought on by the rise of the Christian religion was one cause of the empire's fall. And that was the Christian religion now, the worshippers of Yahweh. So we're people hearing what we got to say, and you know what? They got a good point, but you know, they'll try to do their own thing, you know, use our own talking points. But it really is because we put that vibration out there. It says the rise of the Christian religion influenced the Roman psyche, which coincided with the new revelations of moral decay. Because how do you know what's moral or not? Well, what the prophets are saying, that's what's moral, because they speak the word of the Heavenly Father. You want to say something?
Yeah, because it said the civic pride. So like you being for your country, you know what you stand for, what you represent. Now nobody's proud to be American.
Nobody wants to go to war.
Right. You know, the prophets tell you that this place is built on wickedness, man. Look what now your children has been attacked. Everybody feeling it now. You know, they just used to point the finger at the so-called minorities, the Latins and the Negroes. Now now the Edomites feeling it in their house. You know.
Yeah, it said civic pride is a feeling of belonging and pride in a community or city. If people don't, it ain't that, you know, let's wave your flag, you know, and slide it forward. No, nobody want to do that no more because the spirit of Egypt is failing.
Right.
That's and so it's a loss of civic pride and public morality. And clearly, you got people walking around butt ass naked on the internet, butt ass naked, doing all kind of atrocious acts on the internet and in person. You know, these pride parades, right? They don't be proud to be a Mo, but they ain't proud to be an American. Those same people that, you know, the community, the alphabet community, and the, you know, the woke people, all that movement. They complain about America, so they ain't got no civic pride. But they're proud in their wickedness. It says, as Roman citizens embrace Christianity, which would now you got American citizens accepting what the Israelites got to say, even though they might not come out straight forth and say it, but now they're using the same talking points and things that we've been saying. It says they became more aware of immoral behaviors. Now everybody's trying to bring out what we've been saying as far as the wickedness of this place. It says similarly, the moral and cultural decline in the final years of the Byzantine Empire undermined social cohesion. Without shared pride and a shared notion of civic and moral responsibility, societies turn on each other from within. And that's why they got the left versus the right, Democrats, Republicans, woke versus Trumpers, everybody's divided. That's why that's one of the worst things you can do, mix everybody together from different nations.
Right.
Everybody got a religion, everybody got a philosophy, everybody got an ideology, and none of them can come together though. That's why Chinese people, they don't want you fucking crackers over there. You know, the GP, for the most part, most nations stick to themselves. Even when they come here to America, they don't want to be around you monkeys and you devils. They want to stick, they'll move into the China area, Chinatown.
Yep.
You know?
East Indians got a whole neighborhood. There's nothing but East Indians in that bitch, man.
It's only America that's like that though, where there's different people like that. But if you go to Iraq, most of the people you're gonna see is from that area or Muslims, that same ideology. Go to China, it's gonna be hard for you to find a white person or a black person walking around. Sure they're there, but the Chinese population is mostly Chinese. Well, you can't say that about American population. Everybody, you got the migrants, you got the conquistadors, their children, the natives, Chinese people. You got all kind of people here. But nobody's in one accord. So that's a loss. Well, at least they were proud, to be Americans at one point. They ain't got songs on it, but now people booing at the national anthem. This place is finished, man. Go ahead, though. We got something, or if not, we can just move on to the next point because there's still 6 more.
I got something real quick. Second Esdras 15:12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it should be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting in hell and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand.
That's gonna be neighbors against neighbors. Man. Bob, your next door neighbor, shit, he don't have no morality, so when shit hits the fans, these people are gonna go ballistic on each other. Like the scriptures say, the love of many shall wax cold. Even though, of course, it's gonna happen worldwide, but chiefly here in America, it's gonna be the place of straight slaughter of your own, your own people in your city.
Yeah, I remember I was in this one neighborhood and I was going through with the truck and I was like, hey, they got that car part right there, almost hit your neighbor's tree and basically hit the branch up top. She was like, oh well, it's fine. I don't like them anyways. You know what I'm saying? So they already got that dislike. Fucking Bob, I fucking hate him. Mm-hmm. He's always doing this and do like they have that in them. So when it comes time for that sedition and invading one another, that hate is already in. They ain't gonna have no problem with
Awful.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They taking your shit.
Yep. I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 19 and 2 in the GNT. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and the rival kings will struggle for power.
Going back to that civic pride, you know, you as a civilian, you should care about your neighbor. You know what I mean? What they call the community. All that stuff is done. Ain't nobody moving in, and then like you see on TV, a bitch bring them a pie or something. You know what I mean? Those days are done.
You know, a lot of people don't even own shit, so they don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers renting, they don't give a fuck what the neighborhood looks like. You know, most of the people that own homes are Chinese, East Indians. They're the ones, and Edomites, man. They're the ones buying up the homes. It is Jake now that's trying to get into that whole
Africans too,
you know, Hamites too, man. They're the ones that majority of the time own these homes, and Jake just rent into them, man. You know, so a lot of that, you know, people not giving a fuck, you know, it's because they don't own shit. You know,
and that's the downfall of a society too. When nobody owns shit, they don't care.
Exactly.
And, you know, you have, like your brother said, you own a house, you got property, you have something you can call yours, and you have more pride about who you are, where you stay. But you I'm renting. You don't give two fucks about it.
Punch a hole in the wall. Leave that bitch there when they move out.
Exactly.
Anybody got anything else for that point then? We'll go to number
I got one.
Okay, good.
Let me get it right quick. This is the book of straight to the point. This is the book of Matthew 10. I'm gonna read this in the GNT. It says, in the subtitle, it says, "Not peace, but a sword." It says, "Do not think that I come to bring peace to the world. No, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." All right, a sword going into, you know, an instrument, going into a dividing. All right, as we was going into earlier, you know, this is a division in this place. It says, "I came to set sons against fathers, daughters against their mothers, daughters-in-law against their mothers-in-law." It says, "Your worst enemies will be the members of your own family." All right, that's going into Matthew 24 when the scripture says, the love of many, all right, shall wax cold. Okay, so we're getting ready to see, you know, that getting ready to, you know, take place here in America, Babylon the Great. All right, so we're going through these different political turmoils, economic collapses. All right, showing that way we in those times right now, to where, you know, even the own people inside your own house is getting ready to come up against you, man. All right, so they're gonna be like the brother's been going into that civic pride. All right, it's been crumbled. All right, it's been broken down. All right, into this place.
There's no more community. All that about community centers and let's build up the community. What community? There ain't no communities, because they say they got a saying, it takes a village to raise children. There ain't no for you. You gotta watch out for your children. You know, with these, you can't let them around people in your city.
Right.
In the places around the world and the ancient world, a city would get together. Somebody they know come in, they would get rid of them. You know, they would fight for their city. Now you think people gonna fight for their city? These troops that are gonna come in here are gonna have a field day with you people. ain't nobody gonna have that idea or that civic duty to come together and defend it. You know, like the movie Red Dawn. Or the niggas hop on a pickup truck and start. Nah, that shit ain't gonna go down like that.
It's gonna be every man for themselves.
That's it.
But number 5 is sign number 5: external threats and military overreach. Says due to the external threats, military forces overreach, and the military bases all over the world, right? And this has backfired in societies throughout history. Consider these examples. The overextension of the Roman Empire left it vulnerable to barbarian invasions. Napoleon's aggressive, these are Edomites, Napoleon's aggressive expansionism overstretched French military resources, leading to costly wars on multiple fronts. The disastrous invasion of Russia and subsequent military defeats ultimately led to France's downfall. It says, whenever external pressures threaten societies, they put their military to work. However, if they are not wise in how they use the military forces, they may inadvertently put themselves in greater danger. And that's what is literally happening to America.
Yeah, literally. You got America about to defend Taiwan. You got America about to defend Israel. You got America about to defend Ukraine.
Taiwan.
Yeah, like how many fights are you going to fight? Right. To the point, the border, to the point you can't even fight your own battle. You can't even fight at home. You're gonna leave. That's why the scriptures talk about the unwalled villages. You're gonna leave your home butt naked, man.
And they just fired niggas that work at nuclear warhead with the nuclear warheads.
Yeah.
They laid them niggas off too. It was like 100 of them or some shit like that. I was like, damn, but and then they got all these embassies around the world. You know they got soldiers there. They got military bases around the world. You know they got soldiers there. You know, so there's soldiers all over the world, American soldiers all over the world. And hell, they could just be attacked. You know, because there ain't that. You know, they got a couple thousand maybe.
Yeah.
You know, what if they decide to just rampage that shit? You know, the only reason it hasn't happened is because America would blow them out of the water. But when all these multi-front wars come, though, it's full-fledged, they gonna be left for themselves in the middle of Iraq, a military base in the middle of Iraq. They niggas gonna be disappeared.
Yeah, America don't have enough military troops to be able to stabilize all these wars, man.
Most of them are clueless retards anyway. Shit. Or you gonna call them up from the Army Reserve? Little nigga that signed up just so he get a signing bonus?
Right. Old crooked niggas coming out with
moles in
back
there,
problems.
women. Moles and women in your military. The laughing stock of the world. You think China got moles and women? I mean, they might have some women in the office jobs, you know, but it's like logistics.
But even them bitches is breaking bricks with their head.
Yeah. Or, you know, nurses. But they ain't got no front line people in the Marines or women in the, you know, their first line. But here in America, they just, oh, well, you know, DEI. Yeah, that was, you got anything else on the military?
Habakkuk 2 and 6,
Okay.
or 2 and 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what he's done, man. He don't keep at home. He's enlarged his desire as hell by going into these other nations and governing these other nations, dictating what they can and cannot do. And with the military presence there, what can you do against that? Anything that you say against them, eventually there's going to be a revolt in your country, and guess who's going to come in? America. You know, and that's how he's made these other nations to drink of his wine. You know, it's through his military presence, which when you go into Daniel 7, that fourth beast having teeth like iron, man. Okay, where it devoured the nations. Okay, and that iron is you know, a metaphor of its power, of its might, and it came through the form of its military. You know.
Now that's dwindling because the other nations have the weapons of mass destruction too,
Right.
and they got big. China got the biggest army, you know, military personnel anyway. They're ready to send troops to just die. Shit, got plenty of them.
They could easily sacrifice 100,000 troops and drop them right off on the border.
Yep.
They won't even bother their members.
And the scriptures also say how is the hammer of the earth, you know, broken asunder, man. You know, the America's military has been a hammer, but now is falling apart, man. It's crumbling. You know,
We got people that quit. The C-19, you know, high level generals quit. Then they just allow anybody to get in there now. The military is through. Another aspect of science, especially the overextension, the overreach. America, the Roman Empire had an overextension. Shit, America is going around. It literally got their armies around the whole world. Military, you know.
Yep, I got a precept for you. This is Micah 2 and 1 in the NLT. It says, "What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans? You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out, simply because you have the power to do so. When you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his house, his family's inheritance."
Yeah, that's just a moral code too. Like, how the fuck you gonna steal someone's heritage? You know, that was something like, if I may say, God given unto them. Like, it's something you don't take from someone. You know, their heritage, their land. You know what I mean? Different. You still a nigga's bike. You know, but to strip someone of their heritage, their native land, their culture. You know, that's a line you just don't cross, man.
Yeah.
You've crossed that line.
Yeah, by fraud. You know, under the label and the unrighteous decrees of manifest destiny. All right, you had Esau coming over here. All right, with I forgot what was that. What was the document of discovery? Okay, where they pretty much was enslaving or killing and conquering the northern tribe if they weren't Christians, man. Okay, under the banner of Christianity, and you Jake still don't get it. We in the informational era, and you still don't get it. That these devils literally brainwashed our people with this religion, came and conquered and stole the lands of our people by fraud, by these documents that were stamped by their kings, their priests, their pope. This is what they came over here and said, oh yeah, well, I said this is our shit if you ain't down with us. What the fuck? But let's see what the Lord had to say, right?
And that's what they say. You know, that's what Esau says. But you know, they were just killing them niggas. They, you know, fucking put a sword in you, nigga. They ain't had to sit there, show them the document.
Right.
And then later they say, yeah, you get down with us, we're gonna kill you. But when them ships started pulling up, they would just slaughter them niggas, man.
Yeah, bring that pain.
Or try to. Oh yeah, we could trade some blankets. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they deceived because they came in. How they came in first was, as the scriptures say, their words were smooth as butter, but what was in their heart? They came peacefully. You know, that's why they had the Hebrew interpreter that pretty much because they understood that the Hebrews was here, and what he said that our power is one in Hebrew, man. You know, so finishing off verse 3 in Micah 2 and 3 in the NLT, it said, but this is what the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, says, I will reward you evil with evil. You want to be, it says you won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You will no longer walk around proudly, for it will be a terrible time. Yeah, because he think he's going to be able to slip away. Here it is, you have nothing but devious plans set in your mind to execute, and that's this whole trap that you're setting up. You want full control over the whole earth. That's why the scripture brothers read in Habakkuk, woe unto you increasing what is not yours. The earth doesn't belong to you. It was given unto you for a period amount of time, but that was a loan. And the scripture, as we read, the Most High, the earth, the power of the earth, right, is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he would give it to a man that's profitable. You're not profitable unto the earth. You've destroyed everything. And if the Lord don't hurry up and come, like the scripture said, there won't be no flesh here to be saved, man. This is the times that we coming in. The son of destruction, as it says in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, 3rd verse, is about to destroy it all. The nigga's just diabolical. That's why we watch these movies and we see that what? The nigga want to destroy the earth. And you like, nigga, where you gonna go? You know? The fuck?
That was it on that?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so next point is we'll run through a couple of these because some of them are similar. But sign number 6 says environmental degradation and resource depletion. And shit, America's a shithole. They talk about the greatest cities, but you go across anywhere else in the world, they got beautiful structures. You know, here you got potholes everywhere, crackheads laying on the corners. But let me read a little bit. It says environmental neglect, right? Pollution, trash everywhere.
The earth is defiled under the inhabitants of the earth.
You destroy them, they destroy the earth. And they did not just here in America, but clearly that's how you know this whole society is going down. But America is the chief.
Yeah, well, the
city.
earth is getting onto the hands of the wicked. Esau Edom is the problem. You know,
Exactly.
America's just is the tip of the spear.
It says environmental neglect has led to resource scarcity, right? I mean, shit, especially here in America, all the wildfires that we know damn well this nigga be doing, you know, and now to the point where they have to import so many products. When this place was, beautiful when they first got here.
Right. Resource scarcity. Now they talking about they gotta track cow farts. They talking about the cows are farting too much, so now they gotta track your carbon emission. You know, resource scarcity.
Eggs
When
are
you pollute
scarcity.
the, huh?
Eggs are a shortage.
Yeah. Like, that's how it show you that it's literally a mirror of ancient Rome is literally a mirror of America. America is literally Rome 2.0. Because all of these, as the elder priest is expounding on, he's going down the list, is showing you the similarities, man, of how Rome fell. This is what we're seeing right now in our current reality, step by step.
Yeah, Rome, every other society, the Lord set one up and he bring them down. You know, when it says eventually leading to societal collapse. For example, historians believe deforestation and soil depletion contributed to the fall of the Sumerian civilization. So even all the way back then, they were deforested. But who's the number one devil? You know, when it comes to deforestation, is Esau. He goes around just cutting trees down just to cut them and not even build nothing. It just empty a forest and they just leave it empty. And it's through the glory of the Lord, he has destroyed the Amazon jungle, you know. But it says, similarly, over farming, right, which that's unrighteous. You're supposed to have the land Sabbaths, and which ultimately over farming leads to the depletion of the minerals in the dirt. You know, that's why they have to use fertilizers and all this bullshit to so-called give them some kind of minerals, which that's poison too. But it says, and desertification in ancient Mesopotamia led to societal stress. That's why you look at ancient maps of certain places. You were at one point green, but that's the actual term, desertification. Yeah, and it stands for the process by which fertile land becomes desert, typically as a result of drought or deforestation or inappropriate agriculture. So Esau has done that worldwide, but hell, even here in America too. Places that's supposed to be green is completely desert now. But that's all part of the Lord's will. But let me just run through a couple of these. Number 7, decline in intellectual and cultural life. A decline in intellectual pursuits and cultural innovation also tends to signal the fall of empire. Nobody wants to study like things that are going to help push your life and make your life easier. They just want to be YouTube stars, bounce the ball, rap, scam, whatever the easy way is. This is noticeable when we look at the decline of intellectual and cultural life during the fall of the Western Roman Empire and the stagnation of scientific and cultural development in the late Islamic Golden Age, which was Jake's. But there is no scientific advancements unless they say it is. It has to be peer reviewed, right? By who? What do they mean by that? We got to say that it's good. The devil has to say, yeah, that's a scientific advancement. If not, and it might be for the better of humanity, right? I mean, there's plenty of things that people have discovered and they end up dead.
They hold their intellect back with these so-called smartphones, just making people dumber. So people,
and the education system.
yeah, that shit is horrible.
All that shit ain't for your intellectual pursuits. You graduate, you go to 12th grade, you went to school all your life, then you go to another school, still don't learn shit. Then you go to get a job and you making $8 an hour. Because they didn't teach you how to use your intellect. They just tell you how to follow orders.
Yep.
Good.
A quick one. This is Ecclesiastes 10:18. It says, by much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house dropped through.
Yeah, they don't push people to learn trades, and skills. No, they just want you to learn some algebra that's not gonna benefit you whatsoever. Then now everybody that is in the limelight, they're just a bunch of idiots doing stupid shit on the internet and getting millions for it.
Hey, real quick, Bible Shah says that the idleness of hand, the house droppeth through. And that's what's happening. The house droppeth through, as the brother just went into. Nobody's engineering or signing up to be a construction worker working labor jobs. It's just all gig jobs and entertainment.
DoorDash.
Peter work.
Yeah, so the house fall through, man.
And now the ones that were doing that they're getting deported. They're rounding them up. The ones that willing to do these jobs that'll keep the culture going, so to say, keep the infrastructure going. A lot of these people are not even legal. Well, technically they are, but according to Esau. But again, nobody wants. I guarantee you ask somebody in high school right now, what do you want to be? Or even a kid in elementary school, what do you want to be? I want to be like J. Paul. I want to be a YouTube star or some stupid shit. Whatever. But this place is fish, man.
Electrician.
Yeah, no one's gonna say I want to be an electrician, a plumber. I want to be like my dad. He was an HVAC worker. No, they're gonna be like, oh, my dad's a bum. I don't want to do that. I want to be in the AC, chilling or making millions. Everybody thinks they're gonna be millionaires. Well, don't worry, you will soon. You just have to take a chip. That was it on there?
That was it, yeah.
Number 8, it says centralization of power and loss of local autonomy. The centralization of power under the Roman emperors led to the decline of local governance. So that's what's gonna happen, man. Martial law, Trump's showing it to you. You don't give a damn what your governor say or what your mayor got to say. Like what he did where was it? Was it the mayor of maybe it was Chicago or something like that? But she was up there trying to talk shit down, and he was like, "What? He didn't give a fuck what she had to say." So now this is the centralization of power, which is dictatorship, like we mentioned earlier. It says the Roman Empire dramatically shifted power away from representative democracy. Yeah, you thought it was a democracy, you've been sold a lie. To centralized imperial authority, and that's what Trump is showing you. He has total authority over you people. They don't care, even when it's shit or he's a criminal, and he's still telling you what to do.
Yeah, that's what Rome did when it went from the Roman Republic to the Roman Empire.
It says with the emperor holding the most power, and that's what we call him, Emperor Nero. For example, under Augustus' reign, emperors gained the ability to introduce and veto laws as well as command the army. As a result of the redistribution of power, the popular assemblies that functioned during the Republican period became less important and lost power.
Right, and you still have a lot of these other nations around the world that kind of run off of that old Roman Republic system where they have a president and a prime minister. That's kind of like the two consuls that would be ruling during the Roman Republic. But America, that's how you know this is that Roman beast, because they have that one elected official.
And he can veto shit.
Right.
The presidents still do it to this day, and then all that check, and that's what Elon Musk was saying when he was in the Oval Office. He said, "Well, I don't know why we have a judicial branch." So what they were saying, look, we're gonna give all control. It ain't gonna be because the Senate, they can veto shit too that the president passes.
Yep.
So they're gonna get rid of all that. It's gonna be what he says, and that's it.
Yep.
It says likewise, the centralization of the Ottoman Empire, Edomites, under weak sultans proved ineffective. So there you go. Anybody got a verse for that? All right, verse 9. Sign number 9, demographic decline and population pressure. It says when the population and demographics change drastically, it can signify bad things to come. Yeah, the demographics is what the people, 25% these nations, 30%, so on and so forth. It says, for example, the population declined in late Rome due to plagues. They had a lot of people been dying. Decline in birth rates, and I looked earlier, the rates are down. a lot of states, it was just the states I was looking at. Majority of the states, their birth rates have gone down.
And simply people just can't afford
it. Yeah, and they're becoming sterilized? Yeah, they can't have kids. Abortions, infertile. The C1,
a lot of stillbirths.
Yeah. It says declining birth rates and constant warfare exacerbated the empire's collapse. Yeah, how many years America been at war? And now look at the warfare, so-called, civil wars. on a low level that's been happening here. People rioting against each other,
Yeah.
causing nothing but, people don't want to be around each other.
Exactly.
MGTOW, that's a war. They got wars of the sexes. Women against men, men against women, MGTOW, now women saying they're going to be celibate after she done ran through,
Oh hell no.
all kind of shit, man. It's places finished, man.
Yeah,
The passport bros.
Yep.
Good.
Yep, I got some. It says this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 46 in GMT. It says, "You, Asia, are to be pitied. You are doomed. You have enjoyed the splendor and glory of Babylon. You have intimidated her and dressed up your daughters to look like prostitutes, to please and gratify your lovers, who has always lust for you, because you have intimidated that vile prostitute in everything she has done or planned. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has this to say: I will send disaster upon you. I will make you a widow and send poverty, famine, war, and epidemics to destroy your homes and bring ruin and death. The power of which you boast will wither like a flower when the burning heat is sent upon you. You will be a wretched, weak woman, so bruised, beaten, and wounded that you will no longer attract your wealthy lovers." Got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah,
Move on to the next one.
kind of, yeah, that's exactly what's coming to this place, man. That's what the scripture says in Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Now, Babylon is brought down to a low state. Its people, all right, it's not in that glorious position where it has that leverage to dominate the earth anymore, all right? And that's what we're seeing. We're literally seeing the decay and the collapse of the American empire, Rome 2.0, okay? All the wickedness, the idolatry, all right? All the spiritual fornication, all right? Their philosophies, all that shit is backfiring because it didn't help. Because here it is, you have irresponsible rulers ruling. All right, that's why the scripture says in Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter, I believe around the 6th verse, woe unto you who rulers are a child, who rulers are children. You here it is, Esau, he don't know a damn thing about ruling, man. That's why he's destroying everything. And that's why the people, the scripture says in Sirach, the 10th chapter, so is the king, so is the people. All right? Here it is, you are irresponsible. You live in pleasure. You live in spiritual whoredom. And this is what's governing your society. So now, when we look at the economic system that you have structured, it's irresponsible. It looks like it's built by a slut. That's double-minded. That don't have no type of wisdom. Okay, you look at the military might of America. It's spread it out like a slut. You everywhere but home. Your currency, here it is. Because that's one thing about a woman too. She'll have a good thing going and then just up and flip and fuck that shit up. The scriptures talk about a woman destroying her own house with her hands. And that's exactly what this devil is doing, man. So see, but that's the Lord literally working on the minds of these devils to destroy this empire, man. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, man.
And ultimately, it's the elites.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is working through them because they don't give a shit about you Americans.
That's right.
They're at the point that they're ready to get rid of you niggas.
Yeah, America served its purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
The last one says loss of faith in institutions and ideologies. Like brother was saying, man, they don't even believe their own bullshit anymore, man. And most people don't believe shit. There are a lot of people are atheists. They don't know what to believe in. They don't know what institution to believe in. What ideology? There's all kind of ideologies, man. It says one final sign that you're living in a collapsing society is the erosion of belief in societal institutions. And people, a societal institution would be these colleges and universities. People don't even believe that shit no more. A lot of people stop. Only dildo heads are going and mainly women.
Yeah, that's heavy because those institutions, which we understand why, they just now somewhat getting the picture. But as the scripture says, the wisdom of this world is foolishness of the Most High. All right. So ye that are wise of this world standards, all right, ought to become a fool in order to become wise. They're starting to figure it out because now they're starting to be able. The veil is starting to be lifted off. Like the scripture says, I will expose this whore, the covering cast, spoke about in Isaiah the 25th chapter around the 7th verse. So now the vision that was for a appointed time is starting to speak. So now everybody's waking up from that Babylon juice that they gave them. That Long Island iced tea, all right, that Sing Eyes, that Cobra, that bum juice that you done sipped and you didn't even know it had a mixture of a whole bunch of foul shit that done put you to sleep. Now the people starting to wake up, you know?
Yeah, everybody around the world. But I googled it real quick. What is societal institution? It says social institutions are organized systems of norms and structures that help regulate. Yeah, that's what government means anyway. Help regulate and govern specific areas of social life. Well, people don't have a social life. It says social media. It says such as family, education, religion, and government. They provide stability and continuity, shaping individual behaviors to maintain societal order. And that's why chaos is here. All right, they're gonna bring in the order through the chaos. So they don't care about the societal institutions anymore. It's already indoctrinated the whole world. Go back to the article. It says when citizens lose faith in government and religious institutions, yeah, nobody goes to church. You go back, but I'm talking about like the actual church. I'm not talking about a building they built with shed. It looked like a shed. People don't go to the houses of the worship like they used to. They just want to go to mingle and shit. See some bitch in a mini skirt. There's no true religious institutions anymore.
I got a quick
Except for except for the men out there on the highways and byways, that's the real religious institution of the Heavenly Father.
It's like I just had a quick fact here on Google. The decline in church attendance has been steady over the last couple of decades. In 2000 to 2003, 42% of U.S. adults attended religious services every week, or nearly every week. In 2021 to 2023, that number had fallen to 30%.
Everybody, well, not everybody, but you remember growing up, your parents would take you to church every Sunday. And people don't go to church no more. They don't wake up Sunday morning knowing they're going to church.
Yeah. Cause they seeing TD cakes now. They seeing motherfucking Power Bottom and what's the nigga named Kurt Franklin and tights motherfucking doing Cisco dances and shit. This is what they see, and they're like, man, this is
but they get scammed. And when they need help, the church don't help them.
Oh yeah.
So they put money in every week, but you can't even get a 20 shit. But what's also broken that down is the Israelites. Destroying their come ups.
Yep.
Just like in the scriptures, man.
Yeah, that's heavy, bro. Because that's why you're seeing them now trying to redeem the church by getting into the Bible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's talking about this.
No more gimmicks. Nigga. Nobody believes in the gimmicks no more, man.
Right.
They don't want to hear songs. They want to hear what's going on. Shit.
Right.
But it says when citizens lose faith in government and religious institutions, chaos and disintegration follow. So that's where we're at. Chaos and disintegration. The division. It says as mentioned. And who's the one really doing this? The Lord, casting out all these strongholds through his prophets. It says, as mentioned, the loss of faith in the Roman government and traditional Roman religion contributed to the empire's fall. So yeah, there was a lot of Israelites living in Rome, the actual city, and they're like, man, the Christians started getting all the believers and causing uproars. That's why Nero had to do what he had to do, blame the Christians. And here he is back today in the last days.
That's on play real quick.
Yeah, that was it on the article, so we'll close out on that.
Straight to the point, Acts 17:6. And when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also.
See, so whoever wrote it, I think it's a woman, said Elizabeth at the bottom. She don't know that the real reason all these things are happening. Because at the bottom of the article, this is what she wrote. They would put their name and whatnot. She put, let's see, it says, in liberty, Elizabeth, hold on. It says, take this information and draw your own conclusion, friends. Yeah, so it's a woman, Elizabeth. So yeah, she don't know what's going on. they don't know the reasons behind these signs. And it really is the signs of the Heavenly Father by to send his son back.
Yep. The balance.
Because America's finished. Now it's time for saying Esau's doing the liquidation. Really, it's the Most High.
Yep.
That he's about to redeem his elect from out of this place.
Yep. That expiration date. You know, like the elder priest Mayim was mentioning. You know, that time that each empire has a set time of rulership. All right. And we're just at the end of the Edomites' rulership. The scriptures talk about the Gentiles' rulership to be fulfilled in Luke 21 and 24. All right. For the end of Esau's kingdom is the beginning of Jacob that followeth. You read Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, all right, around the 9th verse. All right, starting from the 7, it talks about the divided of the worlds. All right, that world goes into eon, which goes into age of rulership. We're at the end of the age of the rulership of the wicked, the heathens. Now righteousness is about to flourish. So this is why you're seeing things crumbling down, man. You know, you got
So hey, with that, Lord's Rose was edifying. And hey, this place is clearly fallen. So we ran through those signs that that article brought out the precept to prove it. So hey, this place is finished, man. Just pray and hold fast to this faith. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Give honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who were well. Meditation, much love to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Shalom.
Shalom.